That's right. I have black undies on.
You don't have any undies. When did you get undies?
Well, I've always had undies. I just don't like to wear
them. You know, Yvania, on Todd's and my first date, he didn't wear undies at all back then, but he was excited because his mum was taking the three of us out on a date. So he ran upstairs, he's put some jeans on, a white shirt, and he thinks he's going to tidy his, and he walks out and he's accidentally shaved half his eyebrow off.
Totally. It was totally shaved off. Like there was just a little bit, like when you get a bird.
Like a little bit left in the middle. So he went out, his first date with me. It's bad enough that we have to go with his mother on our first date, and he's got 1.5 eyebrows.
Oh, you know, there's a reason you're bringing that up, because what we were just talking about, like in my mindset in that moment. Now here's Morgan. She's just been over for like 5 days. So we've been in the physical for 5 days. And so my mindset was, when it happened, I went, oh, I can't change that. And I just said to myself, no one's going to notice it. So it's not there. Just like all these obstacles are not there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm serious. That's how I feel about it. But that's actually how I felt until
they're like dominant on your face or anything.
I know it was pretty bad. It's pretty hard for someone to look at it and not tell. It was probably karma. It was karma from when I was a kid, because that's what we used to do. You know, we drink.
When I first saw you the only pair of undies you had, there were so many holes in them, like half of all his junk was all hanging out left, right, and all over the place.
Oh my God. Why are we talking about this? That's not even true.
We're setting the stage. We're not live.
Yes, yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live. There's people. You're entertaining everybody.
I'm never going to come on a live with you again if you don't tell me when we're going live.
Did you hear me say it? No, Yvania, did you hear me say it? Look, everybody's laughing.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did. I did say it. It'll be on the tape.
You did not say it. You asked me live and you said no. So I
said no.
Eyebrow and all your bits hanging out.
Yeah, I said no. I mean, I said no, we're not live, and then I pushed it and said, let's just go live. Boom, I pushed it. What's so funny? What did you say? What did she just say? What did she say? Well, you might as well tell me. Tell me what you said.
I don't know whether to sit here and cry or tell more stories or what.
I'm looking at my face and making sure the eyebrows are.
His eyebrow grew back, so that's okay.
Yeah, they're back. They've grown back. Yeah. So, what did you just say? What exactly did you say?
I said that there were so many holes in your underpants when I first saw you in underpants that everything was hanging out all over the place. It was like, oh my God, too much information. Half an eyebrow and like a pair of underwear that like with 6 or 7 different holes in them.
Like, yeah, that's true. They feel better though. They feel soft when they're real old. You know, they get all soft. So, okay.
Oh my God. I can't believe you did that to me again.
I said I'm pushing live. Boom. That's what I said.
You've only said, are we live? And you said no. So I just started telling you a story because I thought it was just us.
Yes, numbnuts. Bruce said numbnuts. Bruce changed his name back. He's no longer Pink Toes or whatever it was. He changed his name to Pink. Some lady was going to report him as a troll today. I had to point out to her who he was. Anyway, he's got it right, my brother. He said numbnuts. Yes, I can relate to that. Okay. So, Yvania, how was your night? How was that? Was it good?
Morning.
It was what?
Morning.
No, I mean, like, didn't you have like a exciting time last night? Something like that? Yeah. Yeah,
cool. Had a bit of a jam and shared some music.
Oh, really? Cool. So, I know mermaid. Somebody said, Morgan, you look like a mermaid. I said, no, mermaid looks like a Morgan. She looks fantastic today. That's all. It's hard to talk to her, you know, and then not be able to reach over and, you know. So that was pretty cool today. I didn't put up the video, but I'll put it up after the show, after this show. So that was pretty cool today. That was really kind of left you speechless. Yeah.
No, what's left me speechless is that you didn't let us know we were live. Now I'm too scared to talk.
What are you talking about? You never have a problem with it. You never have a problem with what you say either. You always tell me, be careful what you say, and then you'll be saying stuff that's shocking. So you have one more sleep, Morgan Lee.
I have, fingers crossed, 15 hours left. I keep looking at the door because I hear a noise, and I think it's the release team, the police and the doctors or whatever, coming up to tell me I can leave tomorrow, that I'm not diseased and I'm allowed out of here.
It's insane. It's crazy. And I was telling Morgan, the governor here in Arkansas just signed a law today that said you cannot tell people they have to wear a mask in the whole state. And then I saw where they're talking about over here on the federal level, it's probably just propaganda, that they want to force all the military to take vaccinations. So it's like all over the place. So that gathering today was, wow, what was that? Definitely something was being anchored, but it felt more like energy coming at me. You know what I mean? How'd it go for y'all?
Go, Morgan.
I'm talking to you ethically, saying, go, Yvania.
Okay, then. So, for me, what was an instant heart opening, the rush. I mean, to try and put words to that rush of opening of the heart, and it was like this vulnerability in the connection with everybody. And it wasn't anything to do with downloads or multidimensionality. It was connection in that vulnerability. And yeah, I pretty much cried the whole way through that, because it was just something so beautiful in feeling that everybody's just so friggin' special. Yeah, it was just, for me, it was just, yeah, I just heard the words, can you open your heart and love every human being on the planet, you know? And it was just like, ooh, open even further, and it just kept expanding. I could feel the pulsing, definitely, like there was just a heartbeat.
Yeah,
so it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Feel that. Morgan?
Well, I hopped on and I was really excited because there were 25 people there. That's all I could see. And there's one, you know, with a black screen. So I was sitting there thinking, you know, I'm going to pop up sometime. Todd's going to bring me on and I'll be in part of that group as well. And waiting, nothing happened. So I put my glasses on, went right up and realised it was me. Like I hadn't put my video on yet, so I was the one missing. So, oops. And then I found out after the show, I said to him, oh my God, we had 25 people. He goes, no, there were like 138. You were meant to scroll down so you could see all the other pictures. So I'm looking forward to the next one because I really enjoyed watching everyone, like in that connection. I closed my eyes a couple of times and I was spinning, which I'd actually done on Wednesday. When I closed my eyes, I was spinning, and it happened again today. You two have to take over. It looks like I'm going. I'll be back in a few minutes.
I knew that was going to happen. I told her. I told her to flip the camera that way. She didn't want to do it. So we had a little hiccup. you know, when it was done, I thought, God, I wish we could do that over. But that was only because I had upgraded to take us from 100 people to 500, and they charged me, but they didn't upgrade it. So I had to call them afterwards. They're like, "Oh, it takes 24 hours." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks a lot." So what happened was, so people come in, they're technically an attendee, and you can have as many attendees as you want. As I understand it, with the plan I have that Soulogy has, and then you bring them on, because I used a webinar format, not the meetings, and you bring people on as a panelist. So I wanted to get everybody on the screen, but when I got to 100, it told me I couldn't do it. So I just was able to add another 8 or 10 people as other people dropped out. But what was cool about it, and so the next time we do it, we'll be able to get everyone on the screen, right? And so what was really cool about it was there was 25 people on the screen at a time, and then you could push this arrow and it would go over. And so I did that because I was recording it, and I'm gonna post it tonight, just so people can see it. So that's one of the things they'll pick up on. And what really was the most impressive thing to me, I didn't get past it. So I didn't, like where you were at with, like, can you open? I was just so amazed by when I would look in the windows, because I'd say about 70% of the people had their video on, and I was just amazed by what they were doing. Like I was like in the room with them. It was weird. Like you could see how deep the vast majority of them, how conscious they were with themselves and in giving and opening their heart. So they were all looking in different, and I was recognizing names, but it was that part of it. I was just like, whoa, like this is some serious mother energy. Like this is what the mother does, or the grandmother does, or, you know, at night when everyone's sleeping, she's in her room praying in the dark. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I saw. I saw that basically that energy's been doing this all along. That's what I saw. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
And it was cool too, because there was, I think that we're in the 100 that were on screen, because it got up to like 138. So there was 38 attendees, I think, at the high point, and 100 on the screen. There, I saw 5 or 6 men, and a couple of them visually, I got really moved too. In fact, one of them, Robert, I messaged him during the show. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I just said, thank you for showing up. And then he's actually coming on the show. So, yeah.
Underwood. It's obviously good news.
Is it? Sounds like a lot of men in that room with her. I have to jump through here. No.
You know what was really cool for me was seeing everybody. That was awesome, like visually. But I chose to turn my video off.
Yes.
And so when I flicked through the screen, the people who had chosen to not put their video on, that energy really came for me a lot more powerfully. It was almost like just watching a candle, you know, that stillness. That's how it felt. Like everyone that had their screen off was like a candle, just in.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. That's a very. Yeah, I didn't even think to do that, but I can see where you're going with it. Yeah.
Morgan,
are you free? Where's your bracelet?
5 o'clock. Oh, here.
You have a bracelet.
Yeah, I've got a bracelet. So security don't jump me when they see me in the morning. They won't jump me and arrest me or anything. I'll be able to go about my business and like, I'm going home. I can't believe it. I'm going home tomorrow. And there's, my special bracelet.
My God. Here we are talking about the new extreme, or the new, furthest end of awakening and unity consciousness, and she gets a knock on the door, and we get the other extreme of, what did you say earlier? You're guilty. You're being treated like you're guilty, like a guilty person. I mean, it's so.
So I've been diseased until proven healthy,
Mhm.
and
even,
I'm healthy now, but I've still got to wait till 5 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So that doesn't make any sense. You're free to go, but stay here in jail. But anyway, that's the extremes of that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Everybody's happy for you. Somebody said they have so many friends in hotel quarantine. I can't see who it is because they're on one of the other pages. Well done. So are you guys wanting to do it again?
Yep, the next one's going to be the 6th of June for Australia, I think 5th of June for America and UK. You know what we thought would be nice is that, after we shared our stories, if there's anyone else that wanted to come on and talk about their experience.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody want to come on that's in the audience? I'll put up the, we can hold up to 10 people. So anybody want to come on and talk about what their experience was like? Robert, you're going to be coming on with me anyway. So all you got to do, any of you, is just click this link right here. Okay. Boom. I don't know if you will be able to click that, but you could copy and paste it. So anyone that was in the circle of silence today, or the unification, that wants to come in and share their story or their experience, then just click the link and come on. In the meantime, we did a show Sunday, right? Wasn't it Sunday? Yvania?
Oh, yeah, your Sunday, wasn't it?
Okay. God, was that long ago? I thought it was like 2 days ago. So it was like 5 or 6 days ago. Yeah. This week, like the way you look now and the way you looked when we did that show, I told Morgan she looked really different. Now I kind of get it. It's kind of like when you've rested for a long time or get out of the shower and you're just like really raw and, tender, and it's not a bad thing, but here comes somebody. Okay. Okay, this could be
Gayatri, sending you heaps of love. Thinking of you all over there.
Hello, Bo.
Wow, hello. Blessings,
How are you?
everybody. Thank you for having me.
Gayatri, sending you heaps of love. Thinking of you all over there.
Where's that coming from?
Bo must have his face.
Bo, you got another device on. You have 2 devices on.
Is that better?
I think so. Yeah, that's it. So
Crazy energies. I had a bit of a breakdown yesterday, and I had a chat with some of our beautiful friends in the community. I found out yesterday that people that I used to know in my old town where I used to live have passed away, and it hit me pretty hard. And all these memories and reflections came up, and all these other emotions came up I didn't know were there, and it's made me realize so much about my personal self and my behavior and so many other things about me that I didn't want to see. and taking the responsibility of that and facing parts of my shadow that I haven't before is yeah, it's pretty full on. So but I'm getting there, and I'm proud of myself that I've come this far, and I've gone through so much, like all of us, and yeah, I can start to see that there is a change, and it's happening, and you know, holding on to things that I used to hold on to are not serving me anymore, and you know, self-realization of things like that is part of this journey that we're on. And as they say, better to walk alone than join the crowd, hey? So, but yeah, I'm just trying to take it one step at a time at the moment after yesterday, and having a talk with some beautiful people, one of them being Shaman Poet and the other one being Linda. My heart and soul goes out to them and their love and support. So, yeah.
Well, let me say this. Michael Mejia said when he went to talk to Morgan yesterday, he couldn't stop coughing. I'm having the same thing, something with the throat chakra, right? So let me just say this. Thank you for coming on here and saying what you just said, first of all. And when I saw you there, I went, I don't think he was in the circle today. But I also kind of ran into your energy, and we run into each other every now and then. We don't, you know what I mean? I see you, whatever. I felt your energy. I saw some comments. Okay, I'm going to just be frank with you. And the reason I'm going to do this, is because you got the fucking balls to come on here and just say what you said. And you don't understand. Maybe you do, but to me, someone who's in this circle today, somebody who gets to do what I do every day, watching particularly the masculine energies, which is predominantly in the male form, get its balls removed in this process, and then watching it come out. I ran into your energy, and I just want to say this as a testimony to what he's saying and what he's actually doing, and how it actually is birthed out of that womb type energy that was created today. So I saw what Bo was talking about in regard to Soulogy, in regard to me, whatever, but I knew it for what it was, and I could see, and because I've known you, I could see so for you to come on and say, this is what's happened to me, is a testimony not only to your courage and your heart, but it also to the fact that any one of us can stop on a dime and change course and reset and renew and rebirth. So I just want to say thank you. And that was
thank you, Todd.
I'm gonna we've got some ladies. Hang on a second. We've got some ladies coming in that were in the circle, and we're going to talk about it. There's going to be another circle on May the 6th, right, Morgan?
June.
Oh, June the 6th.
June the 6th, June the 5th for you, June the 6th for Australia.
Okay,
so, So we had an event this morning, so today is like everyone's coming in to talk about the event. But yeah, thank you for showing up, sharing your story briefly. Yeah. Thank you.
So we're gonna say goodbye for now. Let's hook up again, and I'm gonna bring one of the ladies on. But thank you for coming on and sharing that. That was a very powerful thing.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for your forgiveness and understanding and your support. And I'm so #gratitude and all my love to everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Bo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we've got Kristen. Gayatri, I sent it to you. I think Morgan did too.
I sent it as well. Yeah.
Wait, Kristen Weber. Can you hear us? Kristen Weber? No? Kristen, if you can hear us, there's 4 icons at the bottom of below the screen. Click the one with the wheel, and then you can set your mic and your speaker and all that stuff. Okay. So anybody that wants to come on that was in the circle, I put up the link. I'll put it up again. If you're on YouTube, it doesn't matter what platform you're on, just copy and paste this link and come on into the studio. Kristen Weber is in the studio, but she's not hooked up tech-wise. So I don't even know if she can hear us. I'll get her off. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty interesting. Well, you know, did you catch that though? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if we talked about this. It was a few days ago. And like we've all done, Bo was projecting. I didn't say anything. I just ignored it. And yet he came on here to basically say, I just found out I'm an asshole. Basically, which is great. You know, we all have those moments. But for it to happen, like, and to be a man, that's pretty interesting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Geraldine, long time no see.
No, I've got you running somewhere else as well. Okay.
You've got what?
I had you running in the back.
Oh, she just unplugged herself. All right. Anyway, blessings, Bo. That was, what the hell's going on? The whole world's going crazy. What the? I don't even know what that is. Oh my God. That's my little kid. Wait, here's Geraldine. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I got bumped off. Sorry.
It's okay. You know, I saw you in the Zoom room and I said, I know her. You're the
Yeah.
attorney. You're an attorney. And
My
you
God, you
live
remember?
in England, right? You live in England?
No, Melbourne.
Well,
But I mean, the fact that you got the attorney part is pretty amazing. Because I was on one of your live mics, so you know that must have been more than a year ago, pre-COVID.
I remember.
Yeah.
That was a really great
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, that was a really great episode. I remember that.
Yeah. I actually ended up connecting with other people. I think everyone else on that live mic, we're all Facebook friends now. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
we were strangers.
Yeah, that was that Anne Scoglin. Anne from France was on.
There was Eric, Eric Hypes, and
Yeah.
Janie Hodges.
Okay, here's
And
another
there was a lady in
person.
New South Wales.
There we go.
Anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to leave y'all to it. It was so good seeing you. Hello, Gayatri. Is that Gayatri?
No, Todd.
Yes.
Huh? I just want you to know I pull one of these every day. And I've never been into cards, okay? But this is the only deck I've ever done that with. Oh, you don't want me to leave? Morgan Lee? Okay. Okay. So how was your experience? Wait a minute. It says Geraldine Grace, but I remember you have a different name. What is it?
That's right. I go by Geraldine Grace now. Grace is my middle name, but I have a long surname. But you're right.
Okay.
So yeah, but
Here comes
today
another
was
one.
like Yvania said, it was the heart opening. It was massive.
I go by
It was so huge.
But I have a long surname.
Okay, I just whoever just came on, turn off your Facebook because you had the speaker running. Okay, I have your mute.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Test.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear everybody, and I'm sorry Geraldine started. Hello, who is that? You look familiar.
Me?
Yes,
I'm Susan.
Bornston, right?
Yeah, actually.
I know. Okay. So we're back to Geraldine, and then to Gayatri, and then to Susan. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks
I'll
for
just
coming.
quickly say that I felt the heart energies as soon as I tuned in to everybody. My heart was opened wide open. It felt like everybody was sending me their heart energy. So it felt like this massive connection of heart chakras. And I started to want to cry. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to cry. And when I thought that the emotion left, so I went, okay, I'll welcome the emotion again. And then, sure enough, it came back. And this time I let it come through. It was so expansive. It was, I couldn't imagine that we could feel like that through Zoom. There are people all over the world. So that's all I wanted to say. It was very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Gayatri?
Yeah. So I'll let others.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I was
now.
no, you're good. I just was feeling into what you were saying because it all I mean, we're trying to put words to this. I don't even know how we're gonna do, but that was good. So what about you, Gayatri? Besides, are you okay? Are you falling asleep?
I'm just about.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
It's been rough. I'm just about managing to hold myself together. My son has COVID. My ex-husband has COVID. My son is out of danger. He was quite critical past 10 days. My ex-mother-in-law passed away on the 20th due to complications with vaccines. I'm locked down here. They're all by themselves. There is no help. Delhi, shit has hit the fan in India big time. People are dying all over the place. I could feel this storm building up since January. And I didn't know it was going to be so huge and hit me right in the face. But I've just about managed. I've been doing a lot of work, so I just wanted to say thank you to you and Morgan for connecting me to the whole family. I could not have done this without everyone's help. I was shown, we were working on India a few days back, and I was shown this like a wormhole on top of the entire country. And I had Merlin with me and the dragons, and they showed us how to release the wormhole and reverse the spin. We did that and closed the wormhole. Well, we managed to do that, but it was quite late before we got to do all of that. People are dying all over the place. I can just feel so much sorrow and sadness that I can barely manage to keep myself going. I'll leave now. Thank you so much.
You
Wake
don't
my
have to
son
go. You don't have to
again.
go. If you want to stay, stay with.
I have to my son's medicine.
Okay.
Call him
Okay.
on the video call 3 times a day. Make him take his medication because he's exhausted. So I just want to say that thank you everyone for all your help and support. I know we'll be out of it, but it's going to take some time. So I'll just say thank you for everything, and I love you all, and just keep me and keep my country and actually the whole world in your prayers.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Here comes somebody else. Oh, Oh, it's Robert. This is the guy that's going to come on. I reached out to, but Susan, you're up next. Hey, Robert.
Hey, how you doing, Todd? Hi, everyone.
Oh, you're British.
Yeah, I'm from the UK. I just came to Canada a week before the borders were closed a year ago.
Oh,
and I've been staying here as a long-term tourist.
Okay, cool. So, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah, very much likewise.
Susan, Susan's up, and then we're going to go to Robert because I know you were there today too. Susan?
Just wanted to leave a long silence after Gayatri spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had this vision of women sitting in some cave deep beneath the earth, just dreaming the world. So I had to do this, and I felt this electricity, just this nasty control energy all my shoulders and underneath my armpits. It is just like, it's like electrical. It was all coming off me, and then I entered the circle, and it was just like entering this ocean of just delicious, powerful, surround me, and just let this stuff go. And it was really lovely. I just swimming in that ocean. It was I really totally enjoyed it.
Thank you. Sharon's joined us. So we're going to go to Robert and then to Sharon. Sharon Carlson. Oh, I just sent you the message. I saw it. That was me. Robert, how was your experience today? Uh-oh, somebody left. Who left?
Geraldine.
Who?
Geraldine.
Oh, she did. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, Robert, I was part of the circle, and I did something that I kind of felt bad about. But during the ceremony, I had to look you up and send you a message and thank you for coming. Because I was moved by looking at you on the screen. So
thank you.
I just wanted to mention that to you. But so how was the experience for you?
It was beautiful. Was where I would start. I've been lucky enough to hold space with a lot of women and anchor a lot of love to and through them. But tonight's experience was so much more powerful than anything I've had before, whereby, quite often when I hold a shape and I breathe that energy in, I'm then asked to shape it and direct it back out to the circle. Whereas this evening, there was this incredible, it was like my arms just kept going wider and wider and wider as I was holding this energy just exploding through me. And then there was just this gift at the end where I was able to focus that energy and then shift it right back into the group. It was just the most incredible heart sharing that I've ever experienced, and a real pleasure and a privilege.
Yeah. I that means yes in Scottish. It does. Aye. Okay, here's another. Okay, so we're going to go to Sharon now. We can keep going. We can come back too. I'm just going to make sure we get everybody. So let me bring up Karen. Boom. And hi, Karen. And we're going to go Sharon and then Karen, and then we can start over. Sharon, you're up. Nice to meet you, by the way, both of you.
Nice to meet you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. It was amazing tonight. When the circle first began and we just dropped in immediately, and I closed my eyes pretty much for the most part. And when I dropped in immediately, I saw us all in circle. And it was just like,
nice to meet you, by the way, both of you.
Nice to meet you. Can you hear me okay? Sorry, I'm getting...
Yes. Hang on. Julie, turn off your Facebook. Julie, turn off your Facebook. You're in the studio and I'm gonna mute you for now. Okay, go ahead. Test, test.
Sorry.
Okay, I muted her. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sharon.
That's okay.
So-
Yeah, my experience, like I saw us in the circle, and then shortly after that, it was like experiencing a new earth. Like it was like standing on a street I've never stood on before, buildings I've never seen before, and people just kind of coming and going, but everything was lighter, right? Like everything was illuminated. There was light coming from everywhere, and the energy felt lighter. And then I saw this big giant ball, right? Like we're outside. It's like a town market square or something. And when I see this thing, at first it's glistening and it looked kind of blue. And my inner 7th grader giggled. I'll leave that to you to figure out. And then I went from that to realizing that what it represented actually was, it was the earth. And in that moment that I felt that energetically, I'm like, okay, so it's like a sculpture, but it represents the earth, but somehow it actually was the earth. And then it was also simultaneously like everything was connected to it instantly, which we all know that anyway, but I was the experience I had in this session tonight. And then children were running around and playing, and one of them like grabs my hand, and we're like off on an adventure, and we're heading down some hill. And I'm thinking, oh, like there's going to be a cave or something, right? You know, like what do they call it, a sea note or something. Maybe there'll be some dragons. But we get down this hill, and there's these big giant redwood trees, and we're just like laying on our backs looking up at these enormous trees and connected to absolutely everything. And then at some point, it was like I was sitting in my living room again. But all of a sudden, and I'm an adult, not a kid, but all of a sudden it's like Aslan is next to me, right? Like the lion.
Hmm.
And his head is up against mine. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback again. And then moments after that, there was like a small child came running over and lifted my arm. And you know how kids do when they're playing, they just want to come over for a quick snuggle. And it was like this kid just laid his head in my lap for a second and got a quick squeeze, and off he went. And the next thing I know, someone's taking my hand again to the right, and someone's taking my hand again to the left. And yet I'm smelling flowers, like rose petals, right? And I don't know if you recorded or whatever, I actually kind of went like this physically because I was holding these rose petals, and it smelled so amazing. Anyway, the energy just, yeah, the heart expansion is, you can't even put words to that. I didn't have the tears, but I felt it, and I felt the massive expansion. I don't know how to explain it, but that place is home to me. And when it was over, it was like, wow, that went really fast. It felt like it was 2 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you all, and I look forward again to doing this again. And yeah.
Yeah. It did seem when it got to 20 minutes, I said the same thing to myself. I was like, oh my God, it seemed like it's been, and I was double checking. I actually ran over a minute. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out who's, okay, wait a minute. Let me mute her. How's that? Thank you, Sharon. And this now we have Karen, then Julie, then Monique is here. Karen, are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, nice to meet you. Is it okay? What's your last name? I mean,
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Nice to meet you. You
Thank
were there
you.
today? You were there
I was
today?
there. Yes. Yes. It was an amazing, beautiful portal. I was so honored to have participated and so grateful that you opened it, Morgan. I have been purging mama energy so powerfully the last couple weeks. And prior to the circle today, I found myself in a clinic just sitting and waiting while so many people lined up to get this V. And I just felt such a rush of compassion and empathy for that choice. And one of those people was my son. Yeah. And it has truly been like a dark night of the soul. And as I've been moving through this, and I know there's a lot of parents out there moving through this, and loved ones of other people, and but as I sought to really purge what was mine, I got to so much liberation, and obviously I'm still moving through it. But on the other side of just moving through all the attachments I didn't even know I had, the ones I recognized and all the ones I didn't know, of just releasing this being who came through me to his own path. And to love, so like to release all of the attachments and then realize that love was just that much more expanded on the other side. And I'll continue to move through it, but being in the portal today was just to drop into that. It was actually partially at first, it was just such a relief to drop into a circle, knowing there were no expectations, right? And just to be in a like-hearted, like-minded group of soulmates, soul tribe, and that deep compassion and love. And I just felt the power of this love as a force, as a catalyst in the world. And that is the only thing I need to be beholden to, right? And to be aligned with. If I'm aligned with love, I cannot go wrong. Like that is the baseline. And so deeply empowering and liberating. So I'm grateful. It's a treat to be in circle with you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Morgan, you got something to say, Morgan? Okay.
I got this download. I can't remember exactly when. I forget, all the dates and times elude me. Maybe about 10 days ago. And I think we spoke about it on a live. And Yvania immediately contacted me and showed me like an ad that she'd created to start commencing this herself. So it's a very much, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear other people say, you know, I was going to do this as well. I was going to do this. I think it was a real collective message that many of us knew that, you know, the time was now. We're ready for this. So I just wanted to point out, you know, that Yvania was going to do it anyway. So yeah, it's a collaboration, a real organic, in the flow collaboration that was just like, wow, this is how this stuff's going to work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was powerful, Karen, too, especially given what Gayatri shared with us. I mean, that was a really, and Morgan being in quarantine. I mean, it's like the first time I've really entered the Soulogy space like this, and that big elephant in the room is sitting with us, right? You know what I mean? Because, like, for instance, I saw videos and memes of people in India saying nothing was going on. And then to hear that from her, and then just to put ourselves in your shoes, or even being sitting in that clinic with you, as you, and your son, and the whole 9 yards. So I think this is one of the gifts of today. At least that's what I'm seeing. Julie, everybody's welcome to stay. Julie, can you hear me? Hang on, let me make sure you're okay. I had you muted because you had something else playing. But how you doing, Julie? It's good to see you.
Good to see you guys too. Before I share, I just wanted to say that I think it's it feels like the space that was created today. So what was that man's name that came on? Was it Bruce?
The first one? Bo.
Yeah.
Bo.
What was his name? Bo.
Bo, yeah.
It's interesting that Bo shared, and then Gaia shared, and then Karen just shared, and you know, not all of them are talking directly about what happened today, but it feels like what happened today opened up that space, opened up the heart space so people can come and bring what they want to bring, so that we can all collectively hold space for each of the people who just spoke and whoever else, you know. So that's beautiful. It's a testimony that, you know, already that space that was created and will continue, it's potent. I mean, it just happened, and already we're seeing the results. It's very exciting. And then my share, which will be pretty short, is Morgan posted something saying 11:55. Cool. Morgan posted something saying, you know, thank you to everyone who joined. And I don't know how many of you saw that post, but the graphic that she posted is exactly what I saw while I was sitting in silence. So yeah, basically, like, you know, when Alex Gray draws the grid and then he draws people as the grid, that's what I saw. You know, all of us sitting in the grid together, and all of us as grids. So that was pretty, I loved that coincidence that she posted that image, and it's exactly what I saw. There are no coincidences. And the other thing that felt very potent is that there was, like, inside my body and in my mind's eye, I could see this golden nectar dropping, like drop by drop, from my mind into my heart, which was to me an indication of the heart and the mind coming together. And that was very potent too. It coincided with something I had the other day, which was a merging of my, you know, my higher self and the person that I call Julie. So and I just wanted to come hang out with y'all because I love you. So thank you. Yeah.
I think thank you. I think there's something to what you said, because yesterday I started the day with Franco Di Nicola. We do a show, as you know, every couple of weeks, and we've probably done 50 shows or more. And in the first part, and through the first, you know, 15 or 20 minutes in particular of that show, we all saw part of Franco we've never seen.
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you watch it? And so the part that wasn't spoken, the part that really made the biggest impression on me, I was telling Morgan, was you saw well, first was his childlike face, energy. And then when his heart, when he was talking about how you could see how he'd reached this new level of connection with his parents.
Yep.
And it was just like, whoa. And then to find out he did this just a few hours before the show, right?
Yeah.
So, and then this morning it was a woman. It was Susanna Mara.
I watched that.
So, yeah. So 2-3 hours before the show, she gets this and makes this 4-minute and 44-second video that's nothing but pure heart power. I mean, like I've made I've done videos production, and I'm not the greatest or anything, but I know what she did had to take a hell of a lot of intelligence and alignment. I mean, it was amazing. So to me, that was another, and then now what you were referring to with Bo. So maybe there's something to
And
that.
Gayatri, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was, wow,
for
that
sure
was,
there is.
yeah. So we've got Monique, and then Fiona is here. Long time no see, Fiona. It's good to see you. Monique, how you doing? How was it?
Oh, I think she's muted.
That's better.
No, she had herself muted. I think.
Yeah. I really don't know what else I can add. It was just such a beautiful, loving heart space, and I was completely honoured to be present and be sharing in it. I don't know what else to add onto Fiona.
Your cat.
My cat.
The post that you.
Yeah, so my cat is quite ill at the moment, and I tried to get her to go to the vet yesterday afternoon, but she wouldn't have a bar of it. So I left it, and I thought I'd try again this morning after our connection. And during the gathering, she came up, and I brought her onto my lap, and I knew she could feel the outpouring of love that was present. And then she went and sat beside me and sat on a book called Traditional Healers of Central Australia. And I knew immediately that she was going to be healed through this experience. I don't know if she is. She's still sleeping on the chair behind me and has been ever since this happened this morning. So it was just a very, very powerful experience, and I'm so completely moved. I'm really struggling to speak, but I just wanted to be present here with all of you.
Wow. That's still landing. It all is.
Yeah.
Thanks, Monique. Fiona, I saw you in the Zoom room today. It was good to see your name. It's good to see you.
Hi. Yeah, it was great to see the invitation for this event to actually come up. Hold on one moment, please. Sorry, my son's just come home from an adventure with his dad. He wants to tell me all about it. But this beautiful experience this morning, just so many blessings as a byproduct of being in that space. And just to bring this kind of technique out to so many people is powerful. You know, we've said for years that words really get in the way a lot of the time. You know, we all have our own perspective and attachments to words and what that means to us. So to just sit and be and hold that space, healing does happen as a byproduct for people. The fabric of the universe is this space of love that was held this morning. It was beautiful what Yvania said, to have the screen off and to still feel that frequency come through was even more amplified without the distraction of vision. And to have so many people holding that space, the amplification was huge. The resonance was so powerful. And yeah, it's just wonderful that you've brought it to the community. I've been part of a group for a couple of years that holds silent space like this for each other, just with that vibration of, as women do, you know, just love, no judgment, no discussions trying to solve problems, just being there for each other. And as I say, healing happens as a byproduct, and we create from this fabric of the universe that was emitted from everyone.
Yeah.
It was you know, a miracle to be a part of. It's not entertaining television for people to watch. So, you know, to have the bravity of yourselves to put this through the studio and the platform is leading, as you always do with Soulogy.
Well, I was kind of thinking the same thing. But Marina Govier came up with a pretty good phrase. It built for the community, built by the community. So I see what happened today as another example of this. Like Franco says, we're not in manifestation mode anymore. We're in creation. But I was thinking along the same lines, and I think I'm looking at a big part of the airtime of Soulogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like the energy of this, the energy of what happened today, the energy of Bo coming on, the energy of Robert, a man talking or holding that space in his. Yeah, I mean, I can see where this is really important, because even though, Franco said today that over his 36 years, doing, whatever seminars or whatever, 99% of the people were women. And we also know that that's very obvious from the last 10 years in these communities, but we still haven't, and it's not to judge anybody. It's time though, because we still haven't seen her, that frequency in all of us, her really be in the place that it needs to be, right? And I think what I'm experiencing today through these two events is more is to come. I mean, it's like it's happening. So it's very powerful to be a man looking at this. Oh, anybody want to jump in?
Silence.
Go right ahead.
I was just going to say, silence and surrender has been perhaps seen as a weakness in the past, but to have a gathering of so many people in that silence and surrender, as I said, the amplification is so much more powerful than the polar opposite.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody left. I feel bad. I don't know who it was, but it's okay. So Franco was talking today too about, he went into this thing when I was on with him and Michael, and he was talking about how basically the boys got conditioned and the girls got conditioned as children. He was talking about, and somebody, and I think it was Michael mentioned the word sensitive, and I think he was talking about his own experience. And I started to think about how, like, the first 4 or 5 years of my life, that they always used to say, he's so sensitive, but it wasn't like a compliment. Like, I wasn't taking it like a compliment. It was like, you're too soft. So I guess, Robert, we had it all the time. We always had it, but it was just a different path, right? And
very different path. Yeah. It was a requirement to know that if you're going to be broken and want to interact with the world as a man, as a boy that's going to become a man, there's a set of rules, and there were thousands of rules, I think, that I was given, and not one of them fitted my beliefs or my personality, and but it's been, the journey to this point has been just so incredible, and the perspective shift that I've had over the last week to 10 days, with the invitation to really to see everything from basically the point of inception to now as a choice that was consciously made in love before coming here, has transformed for me the entire paradigm, because there's no victimhood, there's no why am I going through this? There's just, it's time to stand as a man in love and take every experience I've had and use that like a mirror to shine love back to everyone. So that's, I've started writing about it literally in the last week. I've been asked, my healing journey has been a very private affair for decades. But it's I don't have a choice anymore. I've realized I'm being asked to not just hold this space that I can for people, but to share my journey, because the light that I'm able to hold and reflect, everybody is actually able to hold and reflect this, and they don't need to go through the decades of pain that I did to get here. It's totally changed.
Man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we going to be... it's the little boy. The little boy wants to make a joke. Because he's got the programming running through him. Because he's got tears coming out of his eyes. Wondering, are we going to be crying all the time? I guess so. It doesn't matter, does it? But, God. Amazing.
Yeah, there's so much power.
I have
so much power.
I know. I get, okay, well, I guess the feminine in me has to say something. But it's for somebody who's been chasing this energy, that's been seeking this energy, and I'm talking about as a broadcaster, as a producer, right? You know, Morgan's presence, other people's presence, and kind of being on the front, you know, sensitive to that. You know, with Morgan, we talk about the frequency, but this frequency of today and of now, you know, I've not seen it anywhere. And it's amazing. It just speaks for itself. Yeah. So, Morgan Lee, you're up.
No, Yvania is.
I'm not getting in the middle of that. Yvania, you're up, evidently.
You go, Morgan.
What's that?
I really don't feel like I've got anything to say. Okay. I'm just sitting here in absolute joy and appreciation and gratitude and shock, and yeah, I don't really don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I'm still emotional about, you know, from the experience, but something that's really hitting home at the moment is, you know, sometimes we'll talk about people that are like feeling alone because they don't have friends that are awake or family that are awake, and it really, that what hit for me was someone sent me a message saying, I feel alone because no one's awake around me, blah, blah, blah. And when I read it, it really hurt. And it's like, why are we separating each other into so we've got awake, we've got asleep, we've got vaccinated, we've got unvaccinated, we've got all this stuff. And it's just another way of separating us right at the time when we need to come together. Seeing the importance of the connection here and what it's for at this time. To hold that space where there is no separation, because things are really moving along now, aren't they? And we're all vulnerable. We're all raw, and we're all here together.
Aye. Yes. Yeah. Susan, did you want to have a concluding comment or anything?
Well, I could say something because I'm sitting here going like, this moment has been, I've been finding that my life has been collapsing to this point. Like I was born today, 68 years ago. My son, who is very sensitive, has been on estrogen for 6 months, and in 6 months he has surgery, and I've never seen her so happy, so expressive, so confident, so and yeah, just all these images and all the things that have happened, they're all collapsing to this point that I was born to, and this circle was just, it's supposed to happen. I dreamed it when I was born, so it was wonderful.
Wow. Amazing. Robert, anything else?
I think thank you, actually, because I'm sitting here in this, I anchored that energy for the group, and the gift that it's left me, I feel like I'm floating. Like, I think that's the only way I can describe it. It's incredible to just hold space and share space with that many people that are opening their hearts and really ready to share and to receive. It's because you feel it physically.
Yes. That's by the way why I wrote to you, because you did have your hands like that, and when I looked at you, I thought, my God, there is a warrior in the house. But it wasn't the I'm going to kill you warrior energy. It was yeah. So when you said that, I was like, oh my God, he's like reading my mind. Okay, thank you. And we'll talk. Don't do that. You're going to make me cry. So Robert, we'll connect tonight or tomorrow and schedule a show. Yeah,
I look forward to it.
Talked about Sharon. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with us before we head out? We're going to go to Julie, Monique, and Fiona next.
So much gratitude. So much gratitude.
Yeah. Thank you. And Julie?
Robert, I just have to say, I love the painting behind you. The love portal.
It's like, my friends.
No wonder you're so high. You're sitting in front of a love portal.
I know, right? My friend did it as a way to express her heart, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
It is beautiful. I'll keep this short, but I can't not say it, even though it's not directly related to the silence gathering today, is that I spend a lot of time alone, and I also work alone. So I have Soulogy going, like, I don't know. I guess I started tuning into Soulogy about a year ago, but I don't know if I've missed one conversation that you've had with anybody. I think I've seen them all in the past year. And it just blows my mind, including today, the silence gathering, the synchronicities, like what people will say on a show, or how so many people are saying the same thing, how so many people are as my friend told me years ago, there are countless stories, but there's only a few themes. And the synchronicities are amazing, on Soulogy, off Soulogy, what other people in my life are experiencing, what people on Soulogy are experiencing, how we're feeling and presencing and seeing and living the same thing. It's this force of love and connection and kinship, and it's just something to be really excited about and to have a whole lot of reverence and gratefulness for. And I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sorry, Monique. Monique and I are very, very close. So I wouldn't normally do that to somebody. Not in this.
Yeah. I just wanted to share one thing that was coming through to me today during the gathering. And it was, I was thinking, we are the expansion of love. And then a message came through and says, no, love is the expansion of us. And it just felt really, really beautiful at the time when it came through. And yeah, just thought I'd share. It just came back to me. So yeah, thank you. I really appreciate sharing the space with you. It's so beautiful to connect. And I feel that connection is just going to expand and ripple out infinitely.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you. Fiona?
They were some beautiful words. Love is the expansion of us. And that's, you're a mic drop, I think, because that is true. And this vibration of love that we held today, it was the expansiveness of us and connecting to each other, and to everybody else who didn't even participate would have felt the ripple of what happened today. So wise words. I would encourage everyone to do this all the time. Hold this space for yourself, hold this space for your loved ones next to you. And the more people you can gather together, the further out this can be felt.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody put up I put the comment up and they said, God, if 138 people can do this, why are we going to wait a month? So, yeah, something is going on. And you know, somebody said it on here, about the synchronicities. And I've been talking about how the sequential unfoldment in our day is starting to be like reading a book. You know, things are like making sense and they're connected. And one of those things I think is in regard to what Julie was referencing, that this energy, this vortex that we all create together here, with all of our different expressions and all of our posts and all of our comments and the shows and everything, is really becoming truly real-time intel from those boots on the ground that are doing it, not from our higher aspects. And it's a powerful thing to watch. So I want to say thank you to everybody, and thank you for your love and support and contributions that allow us to keep doing this every single day. Very much appreciate that. And does anybody have anything else? I'm going to put up, I'm going to upload as a live on the multi-stream platforms before I go to bed. So like in the next 30 minutes, I'm talking about the circle from today, so that everybody can take a peek.
Morgan, congratulations. This is your last sleep. You have shown us such a wonderful example of grace. And wow, it's like you were, you know, you're ever evolving, of course, as we all are. But, you know, it's like you showed your humanity and you showed your multidimensionality. And, you know, I don't want to project a bunch of things onto it, but, you know, what you've been writing about it lately, it's like I picture you as this you know, the chrysalis. Like you had that whole experience of, okay, now I'm a caterpillar going into the room. Okay, now I'm the goo. Okay, now and tomorrow I get to fly, you know. Wow, hats off to you. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. I actually feel that, Julie. And it hit me yesterday. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've achieved something huge. And I didn't allow myself to get excited. I haven't allowed myself to pack, because I thought if I packed and they said, no, you can't go, I think I would break. So yeah, when they knocked at the door, I'm, oh my gosh, it's actually happened. I'm going home. But I really do feel like I've achieved something huge to go through.
Yeah.
This, and it's been inhumane. It really has. And to come out the other end and go, I actually feel like I've been in the womb, and I've got 14-hour labor to go.
Yeah. And you know, it, like for every one of us that is experiencing these things, like Gayatri talked about her experience and we've watched your experience, you are planting seeds in the field that will germinate, right? So now other people have an opportunity that if they end up in your situation, it's in the collective field of another way to do it. You know? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right. We were just talking about that before we got on this Zoom call. And I was just telling Morgan that, well, I'm irritated. I'll tell you the whole story. I'm irritated because I'm not physically with her. But it's not like a bad thing. It's just I kind of use it to motivate me. And so I'm looking for the payoff. And I was just telling her, I really feel like that we are all charged with, getting to or creating our experience by superseding any of these illusions and these obstacles that are before us. So in other words, a new way is developed. And you're right. What she's doing is just that, which was another thing that was impressive to me in talking to Franco when I referenced what we experienced with him yesterday, and then Susan Amara today. It wasn't Susan Amara, it was another person that was on. I can't remember who it was. But what was impressive was that they were talking about it. Actually, Morgan did this the whole time she was over there. Really, the first couple of days to be in the shift, in the soup, in that immersed in the 3D or in the middle of an expansion in that point where you're imbalanced and everything's scattered. But people were able to see themselves there and then talk about it while they're in it.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, that's fucking new. That's not something that we've been seeing. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm just fucking irritated because Morgan's over there. Well, it wouldn't be so bad if every time she gets on, she's looking so good. I'm like, oh my God, please. Okay. Enough of that. Okay. I'm going to put up that. Thank you, everybody. And I'm really excited.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited too, because as a creator, I can now look at this in energy. In what did you just say? A new way has been created. A new frequency has been identified. So this gives me something to shoot for in the work that we're doing. Thank you, everybody. I will see you guys when I see you. Talk to you soon, Robert.
Yeah,
thank you, everybody.
Good night.
And Karen Murphy, thank you, wherever you are. And Gayatri. Bye, everybody.